Panchatantra Stories. First section, Mitra Beda, the separation of friends. Story 16, The Talkative Tortoise. Once upon a time, a tortoise lived in a beautiful pond surrounded by tall trees and colorful flowers. He had two close friends, a pair of graceful swans who often visited him. The three spent their days together sharing stories, discussing adventures, and laughing for hours. In fact, the tortoise loved talking so much that once he started, it was difficult to get him to stop. Life was peaceful and happy, but one year the rains failed to arrive. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. The blazing sun dried the land, and the pond began shrinking. The water level fell lower and lower until only a small muddy pool remained. The tortoise grew worried. "If the pond dries up completely, I will not survive," he said sadly. His swan friends were concerned too. After much thought, they said, "We know of a large lake far away. It is full of fresh water and green plants. We must take you there." The tortoise brightened immediately. "That sounds wonderful, but how can I travel such a great distance?" The swans thought carefully and came up with a clever plan. "We will carry a strong stick between our beaks," they explained. "You must bite the middle of the stick and hold on tightly while we fly." The tortoise was thrilled. Then the swans gave him an important warning. "You must not open your mouth during the journey. No matter what happens, remain silent. If you speak, you will fall." The tortoise nodded confidently. "Don't worry, I can do that." The swans exchanged doubtful glances. They knew how much their friend loved to talk. The next morning, the journey began. The swans gripped the ends of the stick and soared into the sky. The tortoise hung from the middle as they flew above forests, rivers, hills, and villages. It was the most exciting adventure of his life. Below them, people looked up in amazement. A farmer dropped his basket. Children ran into the streets. Soon, a crowd gathered. "Look up there! A flying tortoise! I've never seen anything like it." The tortoise heard every word. At first, he remained silent. Then the comments grew louder. "What a clever tortoise! He must be the smartest tortoise in the world." The tortoise felt proud. He desperately wanted to tell everyone how clever he was, but he remembered the warning and kept quiet. For a while. Then someone shouted, "Those swans must have thought of the idea." The tortoise could bear it no longer. "Of course it was my idea." Before he could finish the sentence, his mouth opened. The stick slipped away. The swans gasped. The tortoise suddenly realized his mistake. Down he fell. Over and over he tumbled through the air until he landed hard on the ground. The swans circled sadly overhead. Their friend had lost his chance for a safe new home because he could not control his tongue. Had he remained silent for just a little longer, he would have reached the beautiful lake. Instead, a single careless moment cost him everything. Moral of the story: words spoken without thought can lead to regret. Wisdom lies in knowing when to remain silent. The end. Heartfelt gratitude to the original author, Pandit Vishnu Sharma. If you have enjoyed the story, please share and subscribe.